All right, everyone. Welcome to today's charting session. Sa mga hindi pa po nakakaalam, what we do here is we typically look at either yung mga trending names or tumitingin din po tayo at tumatanggap ng mga requests, no? Ang mga trending names, usually sila yung mga pangalan na either malaki yung inangat or malaki yung value traded or yung minamata ng mga tao, no? Tapos syempre, yung mga requests, yun po yung mga natatanggap ko from you guys, from comments, DMs, and such. And I do try my best to accommodate lahat po ng rini-request niyo. So, wag po kayong mag-aalala, no? Ang hindi ko lang gano'n na pagbibigyan sa mga requests is yung mga REITs. And that's because primarily, I don't trade REITs, no? So, pasensya na kayo. Ayoko rin kasi na mag-chart ako ng something and then hindi rin naman pala tama or hindi rin naman pala maganda yung pagka-explain or pagka-analyze ko ng isang specific chart ng mga REITs. Okay? So today, we're going to start off with FCG, Figaro. I purposely held off from yesterday because I wanted the chart to develop more before we discussed it, no? So ano nga ba nangyari? So this was offered initially at 75 cents, no? And yesterday, we opened at 79, dip to 77, ay 78, tama ba? 78, yes. 78, then we push higher from there, reaching a high of 89. Okay? Tapos, from 89, tuloy-tuloy na tayo bumaba. So, we formed our high, low, lower high, lower low. Okay? Tapos, ito yung lower high, lower low. Tapos ngayon, we broke back up. Bumalik lang tayo sa range na to. Alright? So, what does this mean? Para sa akin, in the short term at least, dito sa 3-minute chart, what I want to see is your price to take out tong red zone. Bakit zone? Bakit hindi line lang? Kasi in this particular instance, nakahanap tayo ng support sa mga areas na to, tapos resistance sa mga areas na to. So I want to acknowledge that as an entire area, and it's a key area I want to see break bago natin masabi na, uy, nag-open up tong larger area na to, papunta potentially sa 84. Kapag mabasag natin yung 84, then we can possibly come back and target 89 or perhaps more realistically 88 kasi doon tayo yung nauuntog eh. Doon tayo nagko-close, diba? We try to tap 89 pero bumabalik. Okay? What we don't want to see from FCG, number one, is mabasag tong 77 kasi babalik tayo sa range dito sa baba. So that's 74 to 77 cents. And if mabasag natin tong 74, then number one, we go below yung IPO price. Number two, bagong low na naman. Meaning, bagong price exploration na naman, maghahanap na naman siya ng equilibrium, saka tayo ulit makakapag-isip at makakapaghanap kung ano yung pwede niyang gawin next. Alright? For now, dito sa area na to, for me personally, it's not worth jumping into. Parang you're buying while it's caught between a rock and a hard place, no? So, baka mas maganda mag-exercise muna ng konting patience. On the flip side, price is currently about 3 cents above IPO price din. Lagi nating sinasabi sa channel na to na very often price at least returns to and sometimes even trades lower than the IPO price. FCG was no different. Diba? HTI was also no different. Okay? So sometimes patience can be rewarded because we've seen time and time again, based on historical data, it usually is. Meaning patience is usually rewarded. Okay? So for now, for me, hintay muna. Tignan natin ano gagawin niya next. Then we can make a more informed decision kung ano pwede natin gawin dito sa FCG. Now, I've been receiving a few questions na paano kung long term ako humawak? Pagka ganun po kayo humawak, the technicals don't matter as much. Ang importante is based sa kagustuhan nyo. Bakit nyo siya nagustuhan in the first place? Diba? Siguro naman, at least I hope na hindi nyo lang siya binili kasi sabi ni Mr. Y o kaya sabi ni Mr. Z no? Sana hindi naman ganon. Ibig sabihin, you did your due diligence, you did your research. So, kung kunwari, dahil doon kaya nyo binili, gusto nyo long term talaga, unless may nagbago doon sa long term, or naabot na niya yung stop loss nyo, whether it's for price, whether it's for structure, whether it's for earnings, whatever, diba? Then that's when you stop out. But for me, yun nga, since I'm a short to mid-term trader, wala muna to, hintay muna. Alright? Next, let's talk about EastWest, no? So, EastWest was a requested chart and so far, okay, nandito pa rin tayo sa range na to. Wala pa rin nangyayari. Nagkaroon tayo ng slight overshoot here. Okay, but unless price breaks above 9.84, then for now at least, trap pa rin tayo dito sa original range. Pwede natin siya i-segment like I did dito sa around 9.5. But overall, okay, ito yung larger range niya. Even if we can break out from that, we're still trapped within this leg here. But it does open up a lot more options for us. So, for me, kung hinahanap natin bullish view, number one, I want to see price break above 9.84 to open up this range hanggang 10.14. And if we can break above 10.14, we can possibly come back to target 10.66 again. However, if we break below 9.10, then that opens up this range beneath, this very tight range between 8.89 hanggang 9.10. And if mabasag pa yung 8.89, then we likely delve deeper. Baka balikan natin tong area of previous consolidation na to. Okay, so hindi siya tulad nung ibang banks, 'di ba? Yung mga BPI, MBT, BDO mas gumalaw, 'di ba? Etong EastWest medyo napag-iwanan ng konti, no? Now, depending on how you view things, pwede nyo isipin na baka laggard lang, baka may hinihintay lang or whatever. But regardless of how you may think or feel about it, just be sure na kung ititrade nyo siya, binabalak sa i-trade, may dahilan kayo. Diba? Merong reasoning based on whatever system you use. Kahit funda pa yan, kahit technicals pa yan, kahit ano pa yan, kailangan may reasoning kung bakit nyo siya i-trade other than, kasi baka mura na eh. Okay, remember, ang mura, pwede pa lalo maging mas mura. Ang mahal, pwede pa rin pwede pa laging mas tumaas. Hindi natin masasabi yan eh. Next, tignan po natin ang green. So, itong Greenergy was also a requested chart. I think I know why. Kasi essentially, we've come back to this area of previous support, no? Diba? Nag-support siya dito, tapos nag-support siya ulit dito. So maybe you're thinking na, okay, baka mag-hold na dito yung green and we can move higher from there. However, we do need to consider na we are still stuck within this larger range here. Is it a tradable range? Sure. Let's zoom in a bit, no? For me, the problem with yung ganito, yung medyo matagal na, ang choppy na niya kasi. Ang dami ng pinagdaanan ng price. So hindi na madali. Let's say kahit na mabasag niya to the upside, tong 2.32 na area, hindi na madali for it to just shoot for 2.68. Sorry guys, nabubulol ako retainer. Hindi ako sanay. So, tingnan mo, di ba dito nag-consolidate tayo? When we broke back up, di ba na ganun din, naipit din? So, there's always a possibility na even if we retake tong 2.32, baka mahirapan tayo balikan tong 2.68. That said, if ma-break nga yung 2.32, yun yung possibility na nag-open up. But again, I feel like there are easier trades to be had. Okay? There are cleaner trades to be had. Maghanap na lang tayo ng mas low-hanging fruit rather than forcing a trade here even if medyo uso ngayon ng mga recyclable energy and so on, no? If however, mabasag tayo to the downside, mabasag tong 2.06 to 2 pesos na area, then we likely dig deeper, possibly coming back dito sa 1.86. And if mabasag pa yan, potentially all the way down dito sa 1.5. Okay? So, that's what we want to watch out for dito sa green. Next, tignan po natin ang ACEN, no? Ang favorite ng lahat bago SPNEC. So, ano nga ba nangyari? So, di ba noong una pa lang sinasabi na natin, di ba? High, low, lower high, lower low, di ba? Lower high, nag-form tayo ng lower low. So, patuloy pa rin yung downtrend natin. Di ba? Textbook structural na downtrend. What do we want to see from here? Para sa akin, number one, if mabasag natin tong zone na to from 9.8 hanggang 10.09, that opens up the possibility na we can trade back up to dito sa 10.7, even all the way hanggang dito sa 11.62. Okay? But, hindi maganda yung structure to support that in the sense na pa-downtrend tayo eh. Trying to trade counter trends this early might not be the best approach lalo na sa karamihan ng mas bago pa lang sa pagtatrade. Baka gusto nyong hintayin na mas mag-form muna tayo ng malinis na structure before jumping in. Ano itsura ng malinis na structure na yon? For me, it's something like if we can break above this high, tas mag-pull back tayo na maayos against somewhere to this level here, tas mag-hold, then we start pushing, then that might be a sign na number 1, may inverted head and shoulders tayo dito, and number 2, baka early sign of potential reversal na. Kasi right now, we don't have any of that. Yes, price can push up, di ba? Makakasakay tayo 1, 2, 3% only to see it roll down sooner rather than later, forming a new low, hold beneath, basag, dehado lang tayo lalo. Okay? If mabasag naman natin dito sa ACEN tong 8.53 na level, then we likely dig deeper. Baka balikan natin tong lows na to, around 7.6. And then we'll see from there kung ano na gawin ng price. Alright? But for now, patuloy pa rin yung downtrend structure natin. Diba? Again, if you want to trade this, feeling nyo maganda siyang posisyonan, obviously, there's nothing I can do to stop you. Just make sure na pasok lang siya sa kung anumang parameters or system na gamit nyo. Diba? Hindi lang basta, kasi sabi ni Mrs. Y eh. Okay? Pasok siya sa gusto nyo, pasok siya sa hinahanap nyo, and then you trade it para hindi kayong mag-freeze, alam nyo lagi kung anong gagawin nyo, kasi alam nyo kung ano yung ginagawa nyo. Alright? And then finally, let's take a quick look at LTG, no? So for LTG, we were discussing way back na yun nga, we were in this bearish wedge, no? Broke down, tested from underneath, held, nag-form tayo ng range area na to. Ngayon, we are testing itong 10.16 na area once again. Tanong nyan, if we can break above that, what happens next? If we can break above that, I think we open up this wider range here hanggang 10.86 na area, no? Not too shabby. Possibly even hanggang tong 11.3. Okay? However, if this continues to hold and we push back down, then we know, number 1, we are still stuck within this range. So, hintay mode lang tayo. Number 2, if mabasag tong 9.5 na area, then that opens up this range beneath hanggang 9 pesos. Okay? And number 3, maaari na mag-dip muna siya, tapos mag-conso siya somewhere dito sa gitna, then attempt for another push higher. But again, kailangan natin hintayin na mangyari yon. Huwag natin pangunahan sarili natin na porket nag-stall dito, yun na yun, nag-stall na sa gitna, okay na, buy na. Okay? Kailangan pa rin natin hintayin na may confirmation tayo before we jump in. And if mangyari nga yun, then the same thing applies. Unang resistance will be at 10.86 followed by 11.3. Okay? Overall, if you look at the big picture nitong LTG, hindi naman pwedeng mapagkaila na in the grand scheme of things, if you look at the larger time frame, downtrend pa rin tayo eh. 'Di ba? Ito yung high, 'di ba? Low, lower high, lower low, lower high. 'Di ba? So in the grand scheme of things, downtrend pa rin talaga yung LTG. So konting ingat lang. 'Di ba? Yes, pwede nating matsambahan parang ganito, lilipad. That's good, no? But for me, kahit na yung ganito, meron namang opportunity makapasok dyan along the way. Hindi kailangan ipilit na basta bibili ako kasi ganito eh. 'Di ba? Ganito yung price niya eh. Pwede na 'yan. I would rather wait, be patient, see kung pasok na siya sa system ko, and then I take the trade. Alright? So guys, ito po nagtatapos yung video natin. I hope kahit paano nakatulong po ito sa inyo. May natutunan kayo kahit konti. And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!